Who is this man who calls himself Barack Hussein Obama? What's his religion? And should I vote for him this November? I can't answer the last question for you, but after doing some thorough research, I can answer the first two. His legal name in Indonesia is Barry Soetoro, as shown on this document, recorded at the school he attended. It would have been unlawful in Indonesia to record any but his full legal name on this document. So as far as we know, to this day, in Indonesia, Barry Soetoro remains his legal name. Barry, or Barack Hussein if you will, attended a Catholic school in Indonesia, which was required by law to instruct him in the religion of Islam.
4 tahun lalu, pengusaha batubara ini tak mau mengubah desain bangunan rumah tersebut. Kamar Barack Obama misalnya, tetap dibiarkan seperti semula. Obama pernah berpose di samping lemari.
Kipas anginnya, ininya semua masih asli.
Here's a close-up of the document we showed you earlier. From the school in which Barry, or Barack Hussein, was instructed in Islam. The law of Indonesia, unlike that of the United States, does not allow for dual citizenship. Therefore, we can see clearly from this document that Barry, or Barack Hussein, was only a citizen of Indonesia and not of the United States. Since Indonesia does not allow proselytizing from one religion to the next, we can also see that Barry was a member of the religion of Islam, and as such would have been instructed in Islam by the school he attended legally.
John McCain has not talked about my Muslim faith, and you're absolutely right that that has not come.
A birth certificate mysteriously appeared on the internet, attempting to impute United States citizenship status to Barry Soetoro, whom from now on we shall call Barack Hussein Obama. But upon close examination, we can see that this birth certificate, which was later copied to the official Barack Hussein Obama website, has no official stamp of the state of Hawaii, and therefore is not a valid birth certificate. Let's see the comparison once again. Once again, this is an example of a valid birth certificate, with an official stamped seal of the state of Hawaii and a correctly printed border. While this is the birth certificate presented on the Barack Obama website, which has no embossed seal and a clearly falsified border. In summary, the man calling himself Barack Hussein Obama has no real birth certificate issued by the United States, no evidence of a legal change of name, and no proof of legal repatriation to the United States if indeed he ever was a United States citizen. With regard to the question of religious affiliation, no baptismal certificate or evidence of a conversion to Christianity or to any other religion but Islam has ever been presented. So who is this man, who even as a boy and a citizen of the largely Muslim nation of Indonesia has always aspired to become President of the United States? His real name is Barry Soetoro. Also, according to all available religious documentation, Barry was and is a member of the religion of Islam, since Islam does not allow for conversion to any other religion. It seems fair to ask, why this man, who seeks as Commander-in-Chief to control the most powerful military force in the world, the largest economy, and the largest nuclear arsenal in the world, has not been more forthcoming about his own identity.
Now, One side in this campaign has been telling us that the issues of this election are the maintenance of peace and prosperity. The line has been used, we've never had it so good.
I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage. You know, if I help him, he's going to help me.
But I have an uncomfortable feeling that this prosperity isn't something on which we can base our hopes for the future.
The key point I'm making right now is that the economy is moving in a positive direction.
And yet our government continues to spend $17 million a day more than the government takes in.
You're telling me we got to go spend money to keep from going bankrupt? The answer, yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
We've raised our debt limit 3 times in the last 12 months. And now our national debt is 1.5 times bigger than all the combined debts of all the nations of the world.
We're going to raise the debt limit. We always have. We will do it again.
We have $15 billion in gold in our treasury. We don't own an ounce.
I have been informed that the majority plans to block consideration of this amendment, which is number 1367, regarding the transparency at the Federal Reserve.
Foreign dollar claims are $27.3 billion.
It said that China has now surpassed Japan as the U.S. government's largest creditor, owning at least 10% of all U.S. debt, perhaps as much as $700 billion.
And we've just had announced that the dollar of 1939 will now purchase 45 cents in its total value.
President Obama is expected to face tough questions over the U.S. decision to pump $600 billion freshly printed dollars into its economy. Now, the move is an attempt to revive the country's finances, but will result in a devaluation of the dollar.
We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
And it's been said if we lose that war, and in so doing lose this way of freedom of ours,
you'll construct a legal regime to make indefinite detention legal.
history will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening.
They're starting a riot here.
Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the founding fathers.
For some trips, it'll be faster than flying, without the pat down.
Anna was picked to go through. Pretty much everybody except the baby was picked to go through the scanner.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.
Damn America, that's in the Bible.
Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
I've got a core set of values that I think have to be advanced, and that my individual salvation depends on our collective salvation.
You and I are told increasingly we have to choose between a left or right. Well, I'd like to suggest there is no such thing as a left or right. There's only an up or down.
We had an election, and it was about a direction for our country.
And regardless of their sincerity, their humanitarian motives, those who would trade our freedom for security have embarked on this downward course. In this vote harvesting time, they use terms like the Great Society, or as we were told a few days ago by the President, we must accept a greater government activity in the affairs of the people.
E pluribus unum, out of many, one. In the end, that's what this election is about.
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant. It's just that they know so much that isn't so.
Over the course of 10 years, it would cost what it would cost us. All right, okay, we're going to. It would cost us about the same as it would cost